episode of Nintendo Pow Block is brought to you by, well, you. If you want to find out more about Boss Rush Media's family of podcasts, head on over to patreon.com/Boss Rush Media to see which tier is right for you. Thanks for helping us build something better. Hello everybody, welcome to Nintendo Pow Block here on Boss Rush Media. I'm your host and like to excited Eddie. Joining me is the one, the only bossman himself, Mr. Corey Deering. Hello, good sir.
Hello, it is time to talk about some video games, and Nintendo, and people, and things.
Yes.
We have questions too. I did not put them in the doc. That is my fault.
Yeah,
I could just say it's your fault because I like to blame you, but...
When I don't get blamed from anything, Corey. When do I don't get blamed for anything?
I don't know. It's what I do.
Yes, everybody. This late night recording for here at Pow Block. So we're not gonna talk about right. We're not gonna talk about what we've been doing on the weekend because the weekend hasn't happened yet. At this
Last
time.
weekend happened.
Well, shoot,
Wait,
yeah.
did we record 2 episodes this week? I can't keep track anymore, man.
No, we did Expansion Pass.
Oh,
and
right.
then now we're doing Pow Block and everything. So because that's what I was asking, just like, are we going to get ahead of Pow Block? Are we and everything? But it's just like, no, we're already good for Expansion Pass. So
Yeah, I guess now would probably be a decent time to kind of go, because like the holidays are coming up, right? I mean, not Halloween, but I mean like Thanksgiving and Christmas and all those things.
Yeah.
So as far as this show is concerned, Ed, how do you want to handle that? Do you want to like, because we're not recording the week of Thanksgiving. We're just not.
No, I think we'll have something already pre-recorded for that.
Yeah,
week.
we'll have something. It won't be like a full episode. It won't be an expansion pass. It'll just be like something dumb and
like a mini block.
Yeah. But in terms of like Christmas and New Year's and stuff, I think the last week of the year and the first week of the year, maybe we just kind of take our Christmas break. You know?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because normally we do the week of Christmas and then that week that goes into New Year's and then come back that Monday. But
yeah, Christmas is on a Monday this year, so
yeah, that's very weird, dude. It literally, because that and New Year's Day is on a Monday.
Yeah.
And normally I know for Christmas Day, we're waiting for our holiday hours, our schedule. Because normally for me, I take off Thanksgiving and New Year's Day. So, but I work normally I close New Year's Eve, work Christmas, and work Christmas Eve. But we just got to find out what everybody's comfortable with that. And everything, because so I think I'm more interested in Black Friday this year, because I want to see mostly for like a little bit for PlayStation, but mostly like for Xbox. I want to see what they have to offer, because the Nintendo stuff is just going to be the Nintendo stuff you're going to literally have to fight for, because I think a lot of that's going to be gone. You know, I don't know why they're going to stick 70,000 packages of Borderlands 3 or whatever or anything, but it's going to be interesting for this. I think this Black Friday is going to be a good one. We just hope the deals are good and everything.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think they will be. I don't really care about Black Friday, to be honest.
To catch up on the year's games and like discounts and stuff, I care for. I think it was last year. No, it was 2021. that year was just terrible. Like barely anybody got games because they just it was just like everything they put on sale, everybody already have, or it's just stuff that people didn't want. So, um,
Yeah.
but yeah, we'll figure something out
Yeah.
with that stuff.
Yep. So I just, we just wanted to address that there are going to be some weeks where there aren't going to be episodes around the holidays, I guess is the
Because
main point.
I know when we come back with, I know the episode when we come back with will be our game of the year uh recording and
Yeah.
everything, or our top 10 games.
Yeah.
Um,
The only way there would be a recording during the holidays if Nintendo drops some massive news bomb, like the new console or a Nintendo Direct or something. That would be the only way.
oh shoot,
Or
I'll
like,
shoot.
yeah.
Out of the blue, they just showed a Metroid trailer or whatever. I'll just be like, "Oh, Corey, let's get on the mic. It may be 25 minutes that we got to talk about it, but we got to go in
Yeah.
because, um, yeah, we got a great family news for you guys and everything. And I don't know if you seen that Metroid one rumor about it
No,
coming
what
to
was
the.
it?
It may come out. They were just like it's rumored that it's gonna be it's gonna come out on Switch and Switch 2. And well next
Yeah.
console I should
I,
say.
yeah. I mean, I've been saying that for like a year. So,
Right. I did say it wasn't. I thought it would probably be ending up um with just Switch. But it's probably a Breath of the Wild situation that's probably happening with it.
well,
Def
my, my, I, I shouldn't say I thought it was coming to both consoles. My thought would be it's a Switch game that will get some sort of patch for the new console because it'll be
mhm.
backwards compatible. That was my kind of like, like Horizon and God of War got patches to run better on PS5, right?
Yeah.
So they'll have some
And I
version of
think
Xbox's smart delivery or something, I'm sure.
that's what I was wondering. I'm like, would Nintendo go that route, or would they still be like, you know what? Let's just put out these two versions and everything.
See, I don't know. They've been pretty good about backwards compatibility with their consoles besides the Switch, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and that the only reason why they did that is because they switched formats
Right.
again.
Yeah.
So obviously a disc couldn't fit in the Switch. So I don't know, man. I don't really care either way. I don't know if I'm as excited for Metroid Prime 4 as I was when they announced it. I don't know. I don't
I,
I don't feel the excitement. Probably because it's been announced for so long that I just don't care anymore.
mm-hmm. Well, I think it's for me. It's because of some of the developers coming from those big titles, Battlefield, Call of Duty, and Halo, and it's just like it reminds me of Chrono Trigger, how Final Fantasy, um uh Sakaguchi with the music for Final Fantasy, and then Akira Toriyama from Dragon Ball. I forgot who the other one was. I gotta look it up. But they were called the Dream Team, and they
Mhm,
all came together to make Chrono Trigger. Oh, it was I'm sorry, it was the one guy from Dragon Quest, or
mhm,
Dragon Warrior here in the States, because Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy were kind of like the two big role playing games in Japan.
mhm,
And that's when it was just Enix versus Squaresoft in a way and
mhm,
everything. But they all came together to make Chrono Trigger. They was just called the Dream Team. And that's what I kind of feel like some of these people who worked on those big franchises coming to retro to Nintendo to make Metroid Prime 4. So I think they're going to put their American perspective and engineering and ideas to make something that still feel Metroid, but has a worldwide appeal and everything. Because I don't know if it's gonna feel just like a Western first party, a Western first person shooter or adventure
No,
It's gonna it's gonna feel weird in a
I think it's
sense.
gonna.
But
I think the like not necessarily the controls or anything, but I
mhm,
think it's. I think they're probably gonna try to recapture what made Metroid Prime One so great. Because I mean, Metroid Prime Two and Three were good, but they were like obviously Metroid Prime Three had multiple worlds to explore, and Echoes kind of was hit or miss on some of the things that they did. But I think
the
they're
light
really
and
gonna.
dark, yeah,
Yeah, I think they're really gonna try to capture the Metroid Prime One era. So
yeah. So, um, but yeah, that'll be interesting to see in the future. Because I don't, yeah, I don't, yeah, I'm very interested in what they do because um Halo 4, I believe, was the one that felt like a Metroid game because people from Retro went to it was a Bungie. Um it was 343 Studios at that time, right? I think.
mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they
That
came
was a
off of well,
okay.
the Metro some of the people from Metroid Prime went to work on Halo 4, which is why Halo 4 kind of is super reminiscent of Metroid Prime in a lot of ways. Not necessarily like the exploring or the scanning or anything,
Mhm.
but just like the color palette they use, the kind of like stylized direction Halo seemed to have went at that point, and like the Prometheans at the time, not the Prometheans, the the new race of enemies that I can't think of right now because it's almost 11:30. Uh, really like that glowing orange, right, and like the kind of
Yeah.
glowing colors of some of the enemies, just really, I mean, we had some of that in the Bungie trilogy and the spin-off games and stuff, but nothing like this. So
That E3 trailer for Halo 4 really spoke to everybody that said, "Man, this feels like Metroid Prime." Like it was
are you
like
talking about Poncho Gate? Or no, or was that for Halo 5? I don't remember.
I think that
No,
was
that was
Halo
for Halo
5.
5. That
Yeah,
never
cuz
happened. Give me a poncho. Give me Poncho Chief. Give me
yeah, cuz
Poncho Chief.
I I really don't know how the Halo 5 trailer went. If
The
they
Halo
ever did one.
the Halo 5 trailers?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember they pitted Chief against Locke, and it was like everybody thought you were gonna have this big kind of like civil war between Chief's blue team and Fire Team Osiris from Locke, and like the marketing for Halo 5 was on point. That those trailers
Mhm.
were awesome because like at one point you were like in Master Chief's helmet and you just saw Locke walk up to you with a pistol and like it was that, and then you saw Chief walk the same. It was like another trailer, but it was the opposite way where you were looking through Locke's helmet up at Chief and he had a gun pointed at you, and like it was like Hunt the Truth was the big kind of marketing thing for Halo 5, and they had a whole
Mhm.
podcast that went along with it that was telling the backstory of some of the stuff that was happening and like kind of hinted at what might happen in the game, and then it never happened. We played as Locke
Uh
for what 15 of the or what 11 of the 15 levels or whatever, and
yeah.
man, I like Locke as a character, but like
That story was just
if you want people to play as Locke, you should have made it a spin-off game, to be honest. I think the numbered Halo
mm,
games revolve around Master Chief, and that's how it
yeah.
needs to be. So,
Well, I think yeah, and I know we're supposed to be doing some E3 watch alongs again, like past ones,
mhm.
just to talk about a lot of those trailers. Cause like I've lately been, and we're gonna get into snacks to everybody.
Are
I've
we?
literally, I literally been watching a lot of the Nintendo E3s and people's reactions and like seeing how people reacted to Smash and how people reacted to Metroid Prime Remaster, like something to the direct, but like the E3 stuff. And even watching the RE3 coverage in the past, like everybody who know me know I lost my mind seeing Damon X Machina, and I could not stop talking about that. Like, I think that I made that my game of the show for E3 because that trailer was so smooth and so stylish, and it's just like, yes, this is anime, this is Japan. I love the color palette. This, I'm not big into mecha yet, but I'm like, just this just has everything that I loved about it and everything. And I think that's when you kind of like when we see some of the trailers and everything, like when we seen Doom coming to Switch, and I think me and you were just like, dude, how to react? Because I think before we even recorded that Nintendo Direct, we were already on the phone or on Skype, like losing our mind. Or it may have been Facebook, and we were just like, dude, is Bethesda bringing Doom to Switch? Because that was a surprise to us. We knew that Bethesda brought
Wasn't that in a
Skyrim.
Wasn't that in a direct?
Yeah, it was a Nintendo Direct,
Yeah. Oh,
but it was
I
just.
know. Okay, I don't know what I was thinking you were saying because I'm stupid.
Oh,
All right,
I'm talking about
continue.
I'm talking about watching some E3 reactions for Nintendo, but also reactions to the Nintendo Direct and everything, and just seeing the trailers and everything, and on how we reacted and stuff.
Yeah. Man, when Doom and Wolfenstein were announced for Switch, that was a big deal.
I screamed. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah. I still
Because
wish
it
they
was
would have
just,
brought the first Wolfenstein over, but
yeah, but because it was just like we didn't expect Bethesda to give them this kind of support and everything. But I guess Skyrim did so good on Switch, and that Zelda DLC did
yeah.
so well. It was just like before even Microsoft was even thinking of buying them, it looked like Bethesda was going to be on a good third party relationship role with Nintendo. And so yeah, we wouldn't have got Starfield. I think we would have got some past games, but I think Bethesda could have been making like some original IPs for Switch.
Yeah, they're not going to do that.
I mean, they
Dude, every
could
week
have.
there's some sort of third party that you think should make original IP for Switch, and it's not happening.
The reason why is because I felt like this was leading up to a good relationship because Bethesda never really did anything for Nintendo. Switch is like the first console they really worked on. Even though the games are ported from another company and stuff, I kind of wondered like would it Bethesda, even just like we don't need, like I said, we don't need a big AAA game, but would Bethesda like really do like make something original for Switch? Because of good sales and good support and everything.
They
You
won't.
know,
I'm hungry.
yeah. Yes. Well, everybody, it's time for Snacktendo. Corey, what have you been snacking on?
Well, last weekend, I guess 2 weekends ago now, by the time this posts, it was my dad's birthday, and we went over there on a Sunday for breakfast. And it was, you know how my mom makes like these massive breakfasts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was really good. Um, and then my dad got a new TV, so I spent a lot of time hooking it up and watching it. It's a 65-inch like OLED that was he's like, I want a new TV. My TV isn't very good. I'm like, well, here's the TV I have. He's like, I don't want to spend a lot of money, and he ends up spending like like almost $1,500 on this new TV. So I was recommending him TVs that were like $600, $700, and $800, and I was like, this is the 65-inch version of the one that I have. It's pretty decent, but then he's like, I want something that has a nice picture, and I'm like, oh, okay, my TV doesn't have a terrible picture. It's not great, but it's not terrible. But yeah, he got the he got a really nice TV that now I really want, and I don't know how I'm going to pay for it, but I'm going to get it at some point. So, uh, but yeah, breakfast. Big fan of breakfast, man. You know what I did? I put sausage and bacon in between some waffles and just made two big old
Ooh.
waffle breakfast sandwiches, which were delicious.
In other words, aka the McGriddle.
No, because I didn't put syrup on it.
Ah,
I don't like syrup.
really?
Yeah, I can't do syrup.
Too sticky or too sweet?
Both.
Oh,
I just don't like syrup. I don't like the taste of it. It's too.
butter or
Oh
butter?
yeah, butter, definitely butter, but no syrup. I just
That's
can't
really
do syrup, man.
interesting.
So some like
Hmm.
if it is syrup, it's like got to be like this really specific kind of syrup, and I don't even know what it's called, so I don't I don't know what. And even if it is that, it's like a very 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 light amount of syrup, like literally like maybe 2 or 3 drips, because I just don't. Hmm.
Like drown it in everything.
Yeah,
Okay, that's understandable.
yeah, but it was really good. I really like waffles. I've some Man, I haven't had waffles in so long that sometimes I forget how
Hmm.
much I really like waffles. Uh, but waffles make you fat, and I can't eat them during the week. So,
But with waffles, like I think I like strawberry syrup on them, like
mm,
a different flavor. With pancakes, I definitely got to have my butter, with regular syrup or maple
mm.
syrup or whatever people want. Um, but waffles, I feel like flavored syrup I have to have. I don't really do butter on waffles, which is weird.
Sometimes I do hot fudge on waffles. That's good.
I ask for like a sauce on it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
If
cool.
I'm feeling really fat and we have hot fudge lying around, I only do that when we like go to Disney and it's like on the bar at the buffet or whatever.
uh,
So, but it's really good. You should try it. But you got to put the sausage in the middle and the bacon, and then you put the the syrup or the chocolate on top. It's very delicious.
so there's just not many options for waffles around here and everything.
You make
So
your
many
own, man.
breakfasts.
You get a waffle maker and you follow the directions on make a batter, and you pour
Mm,
the batter in, and then you eat a waffle. And then you
you
can add
know, I'm
chocolate
a
chips in there. You can put
you know I'm a,
blueberries in there.
a Eggo kind of guy.
No, Ed, I'm convinced that you have no idea how to cook food. I'm
You
also
convinced
convinced that
that
you don't. I'm also convinced that you have no idea how to get to the grocery store.
I do know how to get to the grocery store. I was driving there yesterday. That's why I know. Was it not yesterday? It was
Probably to get
Tuesday.
like 12 different versions of Mountain Dew and like whatever
No,
snacks they had on
I
sale
went
in
to
the
go.
bargain bin.
No, I went to go. I actually went to go get a pizza puff,
See?
to go get dinner. But it was a pizza puff that was already made and everything.
It's so funny. I'm just messing with you, sort of.
That's why when you just like chop chop, I'm like, I'm going to the store to go get dinner.
No, chop chop.
Mm.
Chop chop. Oh, anyways, your turn. You snack. What snacks
Uh,
are you putting in your mouth and
wow.
shoving in there? I don't know. I'm tired,
Well,
man.
I did. I had a Sesame Skitter from Denny's for lunch today. Um,
Mm.
it looked very weird. I'm like, why everything looks brown? Like, but so Jimmy John's has a barbecue ranch chicken crunch. You can get it in the sandwich or a wrap.
Mm.
I got it in a sandwich. It had their new barbecue like ranch sauce with it. Of course, chicken lettuce and all of that stuff. It also had tortillas in it, like the strips in it. Um, with it, that mug was really good. Whatever their sauce is, it has a good kick and a spice. And it has a little sweetness because of the barbecue. It was really, really good. I'm like, ooh, I may have to order this again. And now when I order Jimmy John's, I now get my sandwiches cut in half and everything. It's easier for me to eat and save in case if I get busy and stuff. But that's pretty much like really a new thing that I've eaten. I do have some. They're like the chocolate zebra cakes, but for like Halloween or for the fall stuff. They're not pumpkin flavor or nothing. They're just the chocolate ones. With the chocolate fudge like in the middle and everything. So I do have that. But that's pretty much it. I haven't got a chance to go to the my store in Kenosha, Wisconsin, to see if there's anything new there. So we haven't got any new snacks at work or anything. So I know we got a lot of Christmas candy stuff. So I'm just waiting to see if we got any new Christmas candy that we'll be putting out. Which reminds me, I also got to hit Pepperidge Farms in Wisconsin to see if they got their new cookies and stuff and everything. But that's pretty much it, Corey. That's what I've been eating and everything. But yeah,
Look at you.
That Jim John's was really hitting. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to order this again. And I think they just wrote it out this week because I had it Monday. No, not Monday. I had it Wednesday for it, and I was just like, yeah, this is top tier. One of the best sandwiches I have from them in a while.
Neat. Here, man, I am so hungry right now. Like I can't eat after like 7:00 with this thing I'm on, and it's just like, man, sometimes dinner just isn't enough, but I can't eat any more than that, and I'm just so hungry all the time, dude. I am like dying for food because I'm also like very recently, unless I'm recording, even if I'm recording a podcast or whatever, I usually am in bed by now. Like I've been like what I'll usually have been doing is record whatever episodes need recorded that day. Now, granted,
Yeah.
you know, it's Thursday, so Tower Casuals usually runs a little bit long because those episodes run usually about 2 hours ish. But like I've been in bed by like 11, and then I'll play games for a couple hours if I'm not recording, and then go to bed at like 11:15. So like I'm usually in bed by now, and even when I lay down to go to bed, I'm like starving. Dude, it's like I go to bed early because I can't wait to wake up and eat breakfast.
Oh, nice.
That's my mindset when I go to sleep now. And it really sucks.
I used to just get like a bowl of cereal, or like eat 2 bowls of cereal, and then be like, okay, it's bedtime for me.
Man, cereal sounds so good. I haven't had cereal in a long time.
Dude, Honey Nut Cheerios is still that's my top tier cereal.
I'm a Frosted Mini Wheats guy, I think.
Really?
I really like Frosted Mini Wheats. But like the real Frosted Mini Wheats, none of this, fake garbage that's out there.
My dad used to be a Frosty Flakes guy. But my mom, she used to buy us, of course, Apple Jacks, Tricks, Cocoa Puffs, and everything.
I'm also a big fan of Captain Crunch, although it really cuts the roof of your mouth and it hurts a lot.
So I normally do the berries. When they said oops berries once, I went that route with it.
Yeah. I also am a big fan of Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles.
So good.
Man, Fruity Pebbles, man, those pieces are so small, and you get like 800 pieces on your spoon at one time, and then you just so good, man. And just a little bit of milk, not a lot, just a little bit. Oh, so good.
No, I gotta have a lot because like, of course, depending on how much cereal I pour in, and like
it makes the
I'm not
cereal soggy.
But that's the thing about it, because there's so many little pieces in everything. If I don't put enough milk in it and I just eat it and all the milk is gone, I'm still have a lot of flakes. So I just I need everything covered. I know there's gonna be stuff attached, and then I want to drink that fruity milk and everything.
Are you a cereal first guy or are you a milk first guy? There's only one right answer, and you better not say the wrong answer.
If I'm so I pour my cereal in first before I do my
Okay,
milk.
that's the right answer. I don't
I've
know those people. Those people who pour milk in first are terrible people, and you need to go away. So,
I didn't even know people did that.
yeah,
When I started finding out about that people did it, I'm just like, how were you how were you taught that way and everything? Because
uh,
I've caught on just seeing people pour their cereal and then pour the milk.
mm. Oh man, people are weird, man. I don't understand that, but hey, it's not what I'm here for, you know.
Yeah.
Man,
So
dude, I'm so hungry. I cannot wait till this weekend to eat just like complete garbage on Saturday.
yes. What's
Uh,
the plan for the garbage?
well, it's our anniversary, so originally we were gonna go out to eat, but Sana doesn't feel good. Like she's recovering from pneumonia, actually.
Oh
Uh,
no.
and so I'm trying to find a way to bring food in that
That she
so
would love.
yeah, so I'm trying to do that.
Yeah, and depending on how this weekend is, because I don't know if it's been like rainy and cold in your area, or if it's like still warm. Um, it's been getting like a little chilly here. I mean, of course it's fall, but um, here we're just waiting for more rain and for more of our leaves to fall and stuff and
Hmm.
everything, like to really give it in the um,
Yeah.
fall reason because everybody, the reason I say fall because I like it when it's like a little bit chilly, it's raining, it has a little bit wind, a little bit windy. That's when I just like having chili or sloppy joe or even some good soup. Definitely I've been this is the time I've been thinking of getting like a grilled cheese and tomato soup. Like it's just a wonderful time for that. Um, um, chili dogs though, I've been thinking about it, but I'm just like not into it this season at this
Huh.
time. Normally I would do one, but I think that's more of if I'm at a birthday party, like for a kid or something, and they want to go that route, I'm down for it and stuff.
Huh. Huh.
Because I would prefer like a corn dog around this time than chili dog.
Mm. Hmm.
So
Chili, chili dog. What are you,
mm,
Sonic?
gotta
Just
go.
kidding. Gotta go fast.
What's the
Oh.
last time you had one, Corey? A chili dog,
I usually get
or
them when we
even
go to. I usually get them when we go to Disney World because there's a restaurant there called Casey's Corner, and it's like 1920s baseball
uh
themed, and all they
huh.
sell are like foot long hot dogs. They have like a bunch of different flavors of hot dogs, and whatever. They have
Mm.
corn dog nuggets now, which I'm really excited to try. Uh, but usually I get a chili dog there with extra cheese, and then they have like a sidebar thing with like toppings, and I usually get put onions and jalapenos on it.
Oh, that's interesting.
They also have like sauerkraut dogs and stuff like that, and that's usually
Oh,
what
I
like my
can't do
dad gets. So
sauerkraut. It's just I cannot
I
do
know,
sauerkraut.
dude. The smell alone, man, makes me want to just
Ugh.
gag. So,
Well, we agree on something when it comes to food.
well, so
Well, everybody, it's time for playing with power. And Corey, I'm gonna start playing with power because
no.
I kind of went back to Resident Evil 6. I beat Chris's um story. Now I'm working on Leon's. I think I got like two more chapters. I think it's five chapters for each character and stuff. Um, Played a little bit of Luigi's Mansion. I'm making progress in that. And then started playing Borderlands on Switch, the Game of the Year edition. Because it's been a while. And I'm just like, man, this has been on my system for a good while. Let me go ahead and finish and beat it. I did buy Gotham Knights for like $18. I forgot the on Series X.
Mm,
And then there's another one. Uh, it's a sea rats or something like they're pirates. It's like a Metroidvania kind of game. It's on still on Series X and
mm,
stuff. So I didn't pick up Forza yet. So I'm waiting for that. I gotta pick up Forza, Pokemon, Detective Pikachu, and Pikmin 1 and 2. I need to pick. But for now, I think I'm just gonna hold off that until I get Super Mario Brothers Wonder next Friday. I'm
mm.
super excited for that. I actually got to pre-order 2 copies of it so I could give one to my mom and
Mm.
everything.
Cool. Is that it?
That's it. That's pretty
Huh.
much. Oh, and Vampire Survivor on
Mm.
Xbox. I went back to that and still unlocking achievements and stuff. Game was
Yeah,
just
that
so
game's fun.
good.
That game's fun. Uh, let's see. I've been playing Super Mario 3D World. Uh, now that there's another level of levels, another world of levels. So I thought I was on the last one, but I've been trying to do that. It's kind of hard when you don't have your Mario control, muscle memory, but I'm powering through it. Those levels are so hard to 100%, man. I've also been playing Spider-Man Remastered. Uh, I'm like, my campaign percentage says 34%, but I think that percentage is, the 100% whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm about halfway through the game. I'm enjoying it much more this time around than the first time I played it. Uh, it's good. I wouldn't say it's PlayStation's best game or anything, but it's fun. It's good. Uh, it just has that weird thing where like I feel like I've played this game before, like 100 times. And I know it's about the story and the production value of the game, which are both better than those old games, right? Obviously, but and Insomniac is like the master of movement and gadgets and
Yeah.
stuff, so those are fun to use. But you know, I've swung around New York since like the PS2 and GameCube eras, so I mean, like it feels like how I remember those games feeling. Uh, so, but that's all
Are
I've
you
been
doing
playing
Spider
is
Man too?
yeah. We're doing it for book club, so
Okay.
uh, I think Stephanie might be sitting that one out, so we're gonna need a couple people for that. But we're doing that in December, so I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
I want to play Spider-Man Remastered and the DLC, and then Miles Morales before that all happens. So,
Gotcha.
but yeah,
But
I'm
yeah, so,
I'm liking it.
yeah, Sonic Superstars I need to pick up, and I know at the end of the month it'll be Alan Wake 2. I need
Yeah,
to
I'm not
pick up
getting
and
Alan Wake
get.
2. I'm sitting out that book club, 1,000% sitting out that book club. I couldn't stand Alan Wake 1, that I have zero interest in playing Alan
It's
Wake 2. Like negative interest in playing Alan Wake 2. So I don't, man, never mind. I already went on a rant about that game like 4 different
yeah
times on separate shows. So
on this show. Yeah.
all I
So
have to say to the fans of Alan Wake, there's a reason why Twin Peaks only had 2 seasons. Okay. Just throwing that out there.
the original one.
Yeah.
But then they brought it back. They did like a reboot.
Yep.
For it.
For like 8 episodes, and then it went away again. So
Pretty much, yeah. I thought they had a movie for it, like a
I don't know.
TV movie for it.
I don't know anything about Twin Peaks. I just know that a lot of people compare Alan Wake to it, and I'm like, man, I don't know. Anyways, let's move on.
Well, is that all, Corey? Is everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I think I
Just
want to play
yeah.
Luigi's Mansion soon.
Okay.
I've really been wanting to play Luigi's Mansion 3 again at some point because I never
I
finished it.
really I really hope they do a Luigi's Mansion uh remastered for Switch, like the
Hmm.
first one, the first GameCube one. Cause I only played a bit of it. I never got to beat the first game.
I wish they would have packed the first one in with 2 or Dark Moon or
Dark
whatever it's
Moon.
being called over
Yeah.
here. I think a 1 and 2 of that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But just because the first game is so short, the first game's only like 6 or 7 hours. And if you're going for all the
Yeah,
booze, I think it's about 9. So,
yeah, I know that it got criticized, but it was like a launch game, and they were just like, "Why would you put something out like this and not a Mario game?" Well, people realized that they did it because of Mario Sunshine. They kind of got the idea. They, even though the gameplay is different, you know,
mhm,
they didn't know, they were trying something new and giving Luigi his own game because everything was always based on Mario, so they wanted to do something different.
mhm.
So,
Yeah.
well, everybody, it's time for Family News. Corey,
Family
take it
news.
away.
Okay, so the first story here, I doubt we'll spend a lot of time on this, but the key art has mysteriously changed on Princess Peach Showtime. Uh, a lot of people are pointing out that she looks way more like Princess Peach from the movie, and I wonder if they are going to start moving in that direction of we still want everything to look the same across the games and movies
Mhm.
and potential shows and whatever. And I kind of like it. I think the Princess Peach in the movie is I like her design, so I kind of like this. But the gameplay still kind of looks more like traditional Princess Peach, but I can't really tell because of the expressions on her face. But I
Mhm.
think the gameplay is still that Princess Peach. But yeah, man, I don't know. What do you think? Have you seen it? Did you
Yeah,
see the new
I
box art?
seen it. Yeah, and I kind of like it too. It gives her more detail.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm just like, okay, I like what y'all. I didn't really think about the movie. I was just looking at the comparisons, and I was just like, when I look at it, she has like less detail and shadow and everything. So it kind of just like they reworked some things, changed her expression, but gave her a more uh detailed look and put more effort into the color. I mean, it's into everything. So that's what I like about it. It just feels like it's more detail. Because if you look at her original one, it's so Mario Party ish to me. And then when you look at the rework one or like the new detail one, it's more fitting for this game. In a For it. So I can see the unification of making everything seem the same because of the movie. But I like the second box art. It looks or this new box art. It looks very detailed.
Yeah. I really like it. I'm really actually kind of intrigued by this game. I think the outfit changing thing is
Mm-hmm.
interesting. Um, so it kind of reminds me of like the that Mickey Mouse game for Super Nintendo that we always talk about that I can't think of the name right now. Magical Mirror with
Oh
Mickey
yeah,
Mouse. Yeah.
yeah,
I think this game's going to be cool.
yep. This is a day one purchase for me.
Uh all right, our second story, Ed. I feel your eyes rolling already, but it's okay. With the success of games using their IP recently, Disney is supposedly being urged to purchase a game publisher. EA has been mentioned in this as well. Uh, so I don't, I don't think Disney's going to do this. Honestly, I think they're doing a great
Mm-mm.
job licensing their stuff out to other developers. Like, obviously, Star Wars right now is on a real high note with Jedi Survivor, and then the game that Ubisoft is making that I always forget the name, but looks like amazing. Gosh, what's it called? I can't think of what it's called.
Outlaws.
Outlaws. Thank you. Oh, jeez, my brain is fried. Um, and obviously, you have smaller titles like Dreamlight Valley and
Mm-hmm.
Speedstorm. Even though I think that game is a piece of crap, pay to win thing, is super successful. And Illusion Island, the Mickey Mouse platformer that came out, is really cute. And obviously, like the Marvel stuff, is doing super well, critically, except for the Avengers, right? Like Guardians of the Galaxy was really great, and Spider-Man's obviously doing something really interesting. So
Yeah.
uh, I think they should keep doing what they're doing. I don't think I don't think Bob Iger is in the market of buying things right now. I think Disney is actually trying to downsize. The rumor is that ESPN, they're trying to sell ESPN. Uh, it's just Disney is
Which is
like Disney
still
Plus isn't
baffling to me.
what, dude. ESPN is hemorrhaging money. They
Well,
dude they laid off like 3/4 of the staff this year.
well, it was the thing with ESPN was just like I didn't even know that Disney bought them.
Hmm.
I literally thought ESPN was its own because they were kind of in the 90s, a little bit 2000s, but I think more in the 90s, and then just maybe me. Uh, that they were the big deal for sports.
They were, but with the NFL Network, and I mean, they don't get any NFL games except for the Monday night game. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so they're during football games and stuff. They're usually broadcasting like bowling stuff, or I think they have the F1 license now or something. But ESPN for like the last decade has been like losing money for Disney, which is why there's been so much, so many people let go. Um, they tore down a bunch of ESPN stuff at the theme parks too, because that rumor started like 10 years ago that Disney wanted to sell ESPN. Uh, and it's just not the name in sports anymore like it used to be. Yeah, people still watch Sports Center in the morning, and they have a lot of great
Mm-hmm.
coverage of the NFL and NBA when the season is on. Like pregame stuff is always great. The Monday night coverage is always great, but like it's just not anymore. Like Fox Sports has a great lineup of pre-game stuff and sports coverage, and obviously Fox is allowed to and has the NFL license for the NFC to broadcast their games, and CBS has the AFC, and NBC has Sunday Night Football. Amazon has Thursday Night Football. Like the NFL is everywhere now, and so I
Because
don't know.
ABC used to be the big thing for Monday Night Football.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they have two Monday night games now. One is on ABC and one is on ESPN. And then ESPN always has the Manning cast now, which is like the Peyton Manning and Eli Manning, who, if you don't know, are two, Super Bowl winning quarterbacks. Obviously, they're brothers, and they kind of sit and watch the game together and like make fun of the players if they mess up, or they kind of make some sort of, it's easier to watch than just boring old broadcasters, right? That's kind of the
Mm-hmm.
point. And then
Yeah.
they have interviews and stuff like, you know Lil Wayne was on one time. They bring in other current players to interview, and I think they brought in some UFC people to talk at some point, and movie stars and stuff to for like segments, right? Like a 15-minute segment. They'll come in and they'll interview them while the game is going, and it's really nice to watch actually. And they do that 10 games a year, so yeah, I think Disney is trying to divest of things. They're dumping $60 billion into their theme parks over the next 10 years, I think. Something like
Mm-hmm.
that sort of time frame, 5 years, 10 years, something like that. Um, Disney Plus is actually losing them money, and they're trying to come up with better content for that, which is why there's so much Marvel and Star Wars stuff on those, right? Because that's what people want. Um, so it's I think it's bad for Disney to invest in a game publisher right now, even though like especially someone like EA that has a ton of microtransactions, like especially for
Mm-hmm.
their sports games, like would probably at the end of the day make them a little bit of money, but I think it's a cost analysis thing where like, is it worth spending this much money to make X amount of money over the next X amount of years, and how much would it cost to, make? I mean, how much time would it take to make that money back, and is it even worth it? Because we know EA wants to be purchased by somebody. That has not been a secret over the last couple years. Um, but if Disney is trying to downsize and Disney's trying to sell to somebody, it's not smart. You want to be a smaller company to be purchased by someone, right?
Right.
The big rumor over the last 5 years has been Apple, especially because Bob Iger, who's the CEO of Disney, is really good friends with Tim Cook, who's the CEO of Apple. And Apple needs content for Apple TV. I mean, they would, and Apple would like have Hulu, Disney Plus, and Apple TV. And I don't know if that merges into one thing at some point, if that did happen, but uh, Disney is really struggling in a few areas in terms of making money. And I think this would be a terrible idea, especially with how well everything's doing with their licenses.
Well, the thing about it is that they kind of changed their um idea for gaming after after their one Skylander game, Disney
Disney Infinity.
Infinity.
Well, remember
Yeah.
they closed Avalanche, who was doing
Yes.
Disney Infinity, and then Warner Brothers reopened the studio, and then they made Hogwarts
Hmm.
Legacy, which is one of the greatest games of the year. Which,
Yeah.
man,
And
I got
so
that.
Disney kind of. Oh, go ahead, Corey.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, I didn't know Avalanche had it in them, and because they've been doing licensed games for so long. And just a side tangent, like Disney needs a hit like Hogwarts Legacy, I think. And yeah, you could say Marvel or Star Wars or even the upcoming Indiana Jones game for Xbox, right? But
Hmm.
like they need a huge hit like that. Uh, dude, Hogwarts Legacy is probably my game of the year. You know,
Interesting.
it's the best game I've played so far this year. And as much as I'm excited for Mario Odyssey, right? Or not Mario Odyssey, Mario Wonder,
Wonder.
I don't know if a game is going to pass it.
But I
I want to play
haven't
the Switch version.
played. I haven't played Hogwarts Legacy, so I can't put it in my nominations or anything
Oh man,
like
you're missing
that.
out.
It's literally at this point in time, Nintendo just got it locked for me for Game of the
Yeah.
Year. There's so much on there. Like, yes, Tears of the Kingdom, Pikmin 4, Octopath Traveler 2, even though that's on other platforms too. It's just like there's so much goodness to choose from just on Switch alone. I don't even know what's gonna be my Xbox game. Like I would just give like here PlayStation 5, you could just have Spider-Man or Armored Core or whatever. Like I don't even know what's gonna be that, but like literally just out of all the games that I played on Switch, from first to third party and stuff, it has been really, really good and just quite difficult to choose from. Because even like Disney Illusion, the Mickey Mouse game, like that was a really great kids slash challenging Metroidvania. Not really much Metroidvania because you don't really attack in there and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's such a really good game, and I it kind of like I'm gonna say this first. I agree with you. They don't need to be buying another publisher or anything. I think what they could probably do is still um make these smaller style games and maybe continue to put them on Switch or um whatever platform you think that it's going to be suitable for. Um, or like Konami, they like their business kind of changed in a way that they have the IP, but they'll give it to someone else to do it, and then just publish it. Or they'll go and find somebody, be like, "Oh, we like what you guys doing. We'll publish your game too." because Skull Attack was that it? Skull Attack, I think, um, is a game that Konami published, but it's not a Konami game or anything, you know. So I
Mhm.
kind of like that. I kind of like that idea, and yeah, they are. They got licensing their Star Wars stuff out because I think Disney wouldn't even know what to even do with Star Wars at this point in time. So much is going on with that series that it's
I think
a
I
series.
actually think Star Wars is in a great place right now, personally.
I mean, it is, but it's nothing that Disney themselves, like ground up Disney, could do. I think Disney is they could work their own stuff, like Mickey Mouse and this that universe of characters and stuff, where it's fitting that if anything that is something that they purchased that's not originally made by them, it's fitting for someone else to do it. Even Kingdom Hearts, in a sense, like that's fitting that Square Enix would do it because Disney don't know how to make an RPG. So
Mhm.
let's go with one of the best developers, and we work on everything, we approve and stuff, and look how successful that series has been and
Mhm.
everything. And that's the work between Disney and Square Enix. And that's just gonna be like literally fair. Um, yeah, they had their mishaps with EA, but they kind of rectified that with Jedi, um, their Jedi games from Respawn and
Mhm.
everything. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I mean, overall, I think this is a bad idea. If they do, then I guess they see something that obviously we don't. But at the end of the day, I think them licensing it out to their studios that can actually handle this type of stuff and make it all happen is the right decision. I mean, I would say the only miss they've really had at this point is the Avengers game. And I actually think like the
hmm
campaign of the Avengers game is actually pretty good. It's the other stuff that's bad.
yeah.
So we'll see. Time will tell. I wonder what the next Disney related game is besides Spider-Man 2. I guess it would be Indiana Jones or whatever that Star Wars shooter that Respawn's working on. Uh,
Wolverine.
I
No,
still think.
Outlaws would be the
Oh right,
would be the
Outlaws.
next one,
Jeez, I keep forgetting about. Oh no, it's Avatar actually. The Far Cry Avatar game that's coming out.
but that's not Disney.
hmm Disney bought Fox, and Fox had Avatar, so now it's a Disney game.
Really?
hmm Yeah. Yep.
Hmm. I
Man,
thought Fox and Disney was two separate things, though.
they they were, but Disney bought like 2/3 of Fox. Like they bought all the movie rights. Technically, Disney owns like stuff like Alien and stuff now.
Was this a couple years ago? Did I miss it?
This was like 2 years ago. I want to say
2
3 years.
years ago.
I'm gonna
Hmm.
have to look it up because now I'm curious. When did Disney buy Fox?
Because they would have already owned
2019.
Marvel.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know the biggest one for them that I knew of was them buying Marvel, and then I think Star Wars was after that was the
Yeah,
big
they bought they bought Marvel for something like I don't man.
a crazy amount.
No, it wasn't. That's the thing. How much did Disney buy Marvel for? 4 billion, which is nothing. Disney bought
Hmm.
Marvel for 4 billion and they bought Lucasfilm for 6 billion, which is like I mean today they probably would have cost like 20 or 30. Um,
But still, the
but anyways,
Activision and Microsoft deal is still the biggest.
yeah,
Thing,
probably.
probably.
I mean, there's giant deals all the time between like tech companies and stuff, but I don't really know what the highest acquisition number
Shoot.
is. But
I I wonder would Nintendo ever even do something past 8 billion to
eight,
acquire a company, a 1 billion,
they
just
did.
to
I
get,
just said Marvel
for
cost
Nintendo.
4. Oh, Nintendo. I thought we were still talking
No,
Disney.
no,
No,
no.
Nintendo. No, come on,
Because that's why I wonder. I'm like, who would they pay for
dude.
a $1 billion?
Their consoles come out with 10 to 15-year-old tech inside of them. They're not going to buy something for $4 billion.
I mean, just $1 billion.
Nope.
That's the thing about it. Because I'm just like, would Nintendo even
No,
get to
they
that
wouldn't.
amount to?
Next. I just like to make fun of you, Ed. It's funny.
Nit-
Makes me laugh.
Nintendo buy
Ha ha ha.
Nit- Nintendo buying Square Enix would be just like,
They're not
I
going
think
to.
that would.
Okay, we're getting into ridiculous territory, and I don't have time to argue these, and my head hurts. So we're moving on.
uh,
The
expansion pass, please.
no, no, I can't do a whole hour of that, let alone 10-minute conversation. No, no. Ed, the 2DS has a very big anniversary, and I'm not
First
talking
of
about.
all, first of all, you and Nintendo Life was shady about this title. I was dying today reading this.
Oh, yeah. But the original 2DS, the doorstop wedge, I don't know what you call this thing, the thing that you put in front of your door to make sure it stays closed edition
I
is 10 years
I
old.
was yeah, I was falling out laughing. I'm just like, these musts are shady because Nintendo Life was just like, let's celebrate the ugliest Nintendo console handheld. And then
Dude, that
it's
thing's
just like the
so
Nintendo
ugly.
2DS.
That thing's so ugly. It's worse than the Fat DS. Okay? And the Fat DS was ugly. The Fat DS was
It's
ugly.
it,
No, dude,
it's a
the DS wasn't aesthetically pleasing until the DS Lite. You can't tell me
yes.
that.
That I agree. I think I'm speaking for the 2DS that this one, the flat version, it was fine.
Mhm.
I didn't really think anything of it and stuff. Because I used to, of course, I was used to sell it at Toys R Us. And I played it, and I kind of liked it. I think I still like the 2DS, the folding one. I still like that one.
Oh yeah, that's the one that
Uh,
I have. I got rid of all my 3D 3DSs and got that one.
yes.
I also have two
Um,
wedge ones though. I got them for free. I have two wedge ones, and I'm gonna give them to my kids, but I don't have any games that they can play, so it doesn't matter.
yeah,
So
but congratulations for 10 years of being
the my,
interesting console. I
the
would
most
say that. Interesting
indestructible
handheld.
doorstop ever made.
Shade, 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 shade. I was at work, dude. When you said the dot, and I was just like, I seen that story. I fell out just laughing. I not didn't text you back. I was just like, I'm just gonna just tell him how shady he was on the show because it's funny.
Telling you, man, it's so funny.
I'm like, where did he come up with a doorstop? That's so funny. I'm so sorry.
Oh man,
Nintendo,
so
you know you could do better.
yeah. Um, where's the doc? Here we go. All right. So the next story is the cast list for Mario Wonder may have leaked. People are trying to guess which cast member is playing Mario. The one that they kind of narrowed down, his representatives and his agent said that he's not playing Mario, but you know how that goes. So I don't know who any of these people are, but it's sad not seeing Charles Martinet's name on there. So
Yeah. Uh, just, I'll wait till the game comes out and find out who it is.
Mm.
I'm not really worried about Mario's new voice
Yeah, I
stuff.
don't. Who cares? I mean,
Right.
honestly, who cares? It. Mm, I'm not going to get into it right now.
I just like
Sorry.
hearing their voice saying "Wowie Zowie." That's pretty much it.
Jeez. Yeah.
You know that's gonna be the word, like that's gonna be the phrase of the year for gamers.
Sure. Is that going to be the title of our game of the year? Is the Wowie Zowie game of the year? um, what was I saying? Oh, I don't care about stuff like that, and especially in Nintendo games, right? Like, I just
Mm,
don't want the voice acting to be bad. I could care less who's talking. You know, I mean, usually it's Troy
right.
Baker or Laura Bailey or someone like that. Uh, but I honestly, I just really don't care. Nolan North is in everything too. Uh, Nolan North plays
But
Destiny's Ghost, by the way. Fun
but
fact.
him and Troy Baker has been quiet. I haven't seen their names
No,
popped up
Troy
lately.
Troy Baker's in Kojima's next two games. He's in Death Stranding
But he
2,
has
and he's
but
in
he's but he hasn't did anything recently that has came out with
yeah,
his
he
name.
has.
What the NFTs that he got yelled at by?
Dude, if they were paying me as much as he got paid to talk about NFTs, I'd talk about NFTs too.
And look how that all turned out now.
He got paid. That's all that matters. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Where are we? What are these? Anime. He's in a bunch of anime. He's in a lot of animation projects, film. Don't care about that. Um the last video game project he did. Oh my gosh, this list is so long. He was in God of War Ragnarok. He is in Stray Gods, the role playing musical. He's in Fort Solace, and he's in Death Stranding 2. Those are all
So
his
Fort
most.
Solace would
Yeah,
be
Fort
the
Solace would be his most recent. I didn't know he was in God of War, but I don't really care either. He's also in a ton of DC animated stuff. He plays in
yeah that I know of.
the animated movie Justice League War World. He plays Jonah Hex in Justice League.
I just brought that movie.
Hmm. He also plays Joker in a lot of Batman stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
He plays Batman and the Joker in Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
that one was good.
And then he also plays Batman in the Lego DC games. So yeah, he plays Batman a lot apparently.
And
He's,
Nolan North is just doing Destiny right now.
mm-hmm. And he's currently a voice actor in the anime Bakai. Baki is how you spell it. I don't know.
Okay.
He's the main character apparently in that on Netflix. So, anyways, yeah, I don't really care who's playing people. Just don't mess it up. All right, Ed, this one's completely for you because I have zero care. But you can talk on this. Hideki Kamiya launches a YouTube channel and says he's not retiring. Shocker. But he can't work in games for a year due to his when he left. So we're not going to see anything from him for at least probably 3 to 5 years. How do you feel about that, Ed?
Um, fine, I guess.
That's
I
it?
mean, yeah,
That's all you got for me?
because the thing about it is like, okay, Kamiya's leaving platinum. Like he hasn't really did anything. Like it
What
kind
was
of
the
feels
last
like
platinum
he
project he worked on? I
so
mean,
Sesta
what?
that shoot 'em up. So Sesta that shoot 'em up game he did.
Okay. Sure.
It was a vertical shooter on Switch. SOL space CESTA.
Oh,
So Sesta.
okay. Neat. Uh,
but he hasn't returned to the Bayonetta series to
Mm-mm.
direct or anything. Um, I don't think he touched Babylon's Fall. And yeah, so I feel like he hasn't really even, like I said, Bayonetta 3, like he hasn't even worked with Nintendo and them making that game
Mm.
and stuff. So no, Soul Cresta, I think that's the name of it.
Yeah.
Um that was the last thing he actually did. So it's just like he hasn't really did much game, like making a game wise
Mhm.
or anything directed for him for platinum. So it's kind of like, okay, I was shocked that he was leaving because that came out of nowhere. And I think
Mhm.
it kind of felt like, I wonder if he felt like he was in a Miyamoto role, that he was just like assisting, checking on stuff and not like really making a game for him, making a game that he really wants to make and stuff.
Yeah. I wonder how much longer platinum is going to last, to be honest. But
Um, I think with the banking of Nintendo, they'll be around for a while. I
I
think
don't.
until Nintendo,
What's they don't have a deal with Nintendo anymore. The only deal they would have would be for Astral Chain, and I don't know if we're getting a sequel.
the plan is for them to do a sequel for the next console. They want to do it too. Um,
I mean, I'm sure they do. They planned it out as a trilogy, but I mean, who
mhm.
knows when the next one will come out if it does come out, you know?
and 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 yes, I think Nintendo doesn't have any kind of work for hire kind of contract with them, but I think Nintendo still will love to work with Platinum. You know, um, so there's a possibility that maybe they got something going on, or maybe one of Nintendo's IP Platinum is helping them make and stuff. At this time, we just don't know what their Platinum Games is doing now. At this time, because of course Babylon Falls hurt them big time. Um, and they got that other game taken away from them, so another developer could be working on it and stuff, like some anime action game. Uh, can't think of it. So it just depends on if Nintendo is going to probably be working with them. Don't know if Microsoft is going to be working with them and stuff. I know Sony won't work with them or anything because they got you know Santa Monica and um the people who did Infamous. Um
Sucker
and
Punch.
Sucker Punch. They got them to make those kind of action games and stuff. So
Yeah.
they could do like their own and everything.
Yeah.
And Microsoft got Ninja Theory. So right now it would be up to kind of like Nintendo to work with them, and like I think they probably are working with Nintendo on their next gen stuff. It's just that we don't know about what they're doing and everything. So it
Yeah.
could be Astro Chain 2. It could be a new IP. Shoot, heck, it could be Project Camera. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, Ed, that does it for the news. We're going to get into Pack Watch, which is the section where we talk about what games are coming to your Nintendo Switch this week.
Yes.
Um, so on 10/18, Hellboy Web of Weird is coming. Web of Weird is a pure brawler with players using Hellboy's powerful fists to pummel foes while dodging and parrying incoming attacks. His gun, on the other hand, helps keep distant foes at bay. Developer Upstream Arcade also states that the game has roguelike elements. Great. Count me out.
So before you go on, just to let everybody know, this is a game that's rumored to be hinted to be rumored that got its embargo pushed back.
Mm.
So people who we're supposed to release the reviews and talk about it and stuff. Uh, they got notified at the last minute the day it's supposed to go up to push it back.
Mm-hmm.
So the game is still under embargo. So no one can really say anything about it. No, like no reviews or anything could drop. So we probably won't see no reviews about this game until next week.
Great. Uh,
It costs. I'm sorry, Gray. No, because a lot of people that they sign contracts and stuff with for this to happen, the company did it really at the last minute, and a lot of people didn't get that notice and stuff. So they had to hurry up and scramble to make sure that it didn't release and everything.
Neat. Um, on 10/19, we're getting Gargoyles Remastered. Gargoyles Remastered is the artfully crafted revival of the 90s classic 16-bit side-scrolling platform adventure. Relive the epic journey of Goliath and the Gargoyles, featuring enhanced visuals, animations, and sound effects, all inspired by the acclaimed animated series. Gargoyles was awesome. The show.
Yes.
I'm interested in this just because I really love the show. Man, there's been a rumor
Same.
there's been a rumor for like 4 or 5 years that they were going to make a Disney Plus version of Gargoyles, like a real
Like a reboot.
show. Yeah, and I'm like, oh please, man, please do Gargoyles. Gargoyles was
I kind
awesome.
of
It's
feel
like,
like
go ahead.
Oh, I kind of feel like the animation of the original Gargoyles was way ahead of its time than
Hmm.
anything else. Like
I
you
think it
could
was the
see
same. I
the
think it was the same studio that did Batman the animated series.
okay, that
Yeah,
sounds right.
which
Because I'm
is
just
like
oh
very clearly what Gargoyles is aiming for. It was Disney's Batman the animated series, I would say. That
the
just so
an
good, man. The first 2 seasons were amazing.
yes, the animation was so smooth and detailed
Hmm.
and a little bit dark, and I'm just like, oh, they spent money on this,
Hmm.
and you could tell that they spent money on
Hmm. Yeah,
it.
man, Gargoyles so good. Uh, Also on the 19th, we're getting Endless Dungeon. Endless Dungeon is a roguelite tactical action game. Pass for me. Set in the award-winning but often lethal Endless universe. Okay, what's the Endless universe? Recruit a team of shipwrecked heroes, plunge into a long abandoned space station, and protect your crystal against never ending waves of monsters, or die trying. Get reloaded and try again. Also on 10/19, we're getting Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged. Much like the previous game, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged is a racing game played in the third person perspective. In the game, player assumes control of true to life vehicles from the Hot Wheels franchise and races against other opponents on miniature tracks set in various environments. Also on the 19th, we're getting the Jackbox Party Pack 10. Hanging with pals.
Hey,
There's a game for everyone and every occasion for strategy, drawing, trivia, or music. Play with your phone or tablet. No special controller required. Games support up to 9 players and 10,000 audience members. So I didn't realize they were up to 10. I knew there was like 6 of them, but man, 10.
this you do there's so many of that's out there. I'm like, I don't know, one of them.
Yeah, man. Uh, on 10/20, Super Mario Brothers Wonder. Super Mario Brothers Wonder is a side-scrolling platforming game. As one of 8 playable characters, Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, Princess Daisy, Toad, Toadette, Nabbit, and Yoshi, the player completes levels across the Flower Kingdom with assistance from its talking flower-like denizens. That was straight from Nintendo, by the way. Man. Oh man, descriptions are fun. And then last on this list is on 10/24, the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection, Volume 1. Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1 brings all 3 legacy titles to modern consoles, but excludes Metal Gear Solid 4. The collection includes HD versions of the first 3 games, as well as the series beginnings on NES and MSX.
Yeah,
So,
if I get the Metal Gear collection, I'm just gonna get the eShop version.
Yeah,
Just
well,
makes sense.
from what I hear, the first game is the only one on the cartridge, so um, which is pretty
Yeah.
typical for collections from third parties and bigger games like the Borderlands, whatever the Legendary Collection that came out a couple years ago that included
Hmm.
one pre-sequel and two. The only game
Yeah.
that was on the cartridge was one, so I don't know, man. These collections, but that's it. That's it, Ed.
Yeah. I will say that it looks like Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged is going to be a good game.
Hmm.
I think people are getting previews out and
Yeah,
people are playing it for reviews, and it looks like it's going to be a good one like the first game.
yeah.
So let's
Also,
see.
it's worth noting that the day of this episode release, Sonic Superstars is out today. So I think
Yes.
that's worth noting,
And
even though I didn't, because we read it last week. So, you know,
yeah, and uh when it comes out, I know I'm definitely picking it up. So we'll be talking about that probably the week after we get Mario Wonder.
oh
Like
man,
we'll
dude,
probably
we're
be
going to be
talking
talking
about
about,
both games.
yeah, we're talking about Sonic and Mario at that point because I hopefully will be getting them both.
Yeah. Well, everybody, it's time for Question Block. We got our first question from David Lasby via Discord. He asks, Nintendo's recent explanation of the disappearance of Shika Tech and Tears of the Kingdom felt pretty thoughtless. Does Nintendo owe it to Zelda fans to be more careful, intentional with the lore?
Have you looked at a Zelda timeline ever? No, no, I I didn't mean to make that sound like mean or anything, but Nintendo, it just
Or
seems like
Shika Tech?
Nintendo's doesn't care about lore or where things fit in what timeline. And I think since the Sheikah slate and stuff like that looked very much like the Wii U gamepad, right?
Mm-hmm.
The new tech needs to look like the system that it's currently on, and so they just kind of ignored the Sheikah stuff. And obviously they really focused on the Zonai this time, and I think they were really emphasizing that over the Sheikah stuff because we explored that in the last game, maybe. Uh, but at the end of the day, I just don't think Nintendo cares at all. They just want you to play the game and have fun and uh, make up your own theories about things. And I didn't. To be fair, I didn't read. I didn't know that there was an interview about Sheikah Tech, but
Yeah, it just came out, I think, a couple of days ago.
oh, and so like that's probably on me. But also like just in general, how many times has you know Zelda or Mario really followed the previous game, even if it's a direct sequel, right? I mean, we
Mm-hmm.
still don't know how Link got to into the world of Majora's Mask, right? I mean, the maybe people who are deep in the lore know how he got there, but the regular person who just likes Zelda to play Zelda probably doesn't know that. And so to me it's about the puzzles and the dungeons and the characters, not necessarily about the continuity of the lore and stuff. And I think Nintendo feels that way too.
I
About
think
I think I don't even know what franchises even care about the lore. I guess a Metroid maybe, but like even then it's like,
not even Metroid.
well, they've retroactively changed stuff and re-release games with obviously like Zero Mission was like the ending. They added an entire new ending. you know
Well, just Metroid Other M alone and everything,
yeah.
like that really doesn't follow any lore about Samus and everything. We just in that game we just got more of who Samus is as a person and everything, because we normally it's supposed to be that she was raised by the Chozo and she became a bounty hunter. We didn't know that she joined the army or anything. Um that wasn't part of anything in Metroid until like later on. I think until Future came out
Hmm.
and stuff. Like
Yeah.
that's all of that stuff we didn't know. So I think with this the Sheik attack, Definitely when time you could like evolving and stuff. I think Nintendo probably just didn't think about it, or Anuma and the team didn't think about it or anything, because they was worried about so much other stuff with it. As for being careful, it probably just never crossed their mind, and everything.
Well,
So to
I'm sure it crossed their mind at some point, but I think they just wanted to focus on what they wanted to do with the game, and if
yeah,
things had to change or be, you know, if they had to ignore certain things or whatever, that's what was best for the game, which is pretty normal for
yeah.
them, I think. So,
So I don't think they over to Zelda fans or anything
mhm.
about their lore. Um, I just think that's like just like you said, Corey. I think they don't worry about it or anything. If it's in there and stuff, it's gonna be in there. Now, if you as a player or a Zelda fan wanna dig deep into it, go ahead and dig deep into it and come up with your own theories. But I just don't think it was just something that was on their mind and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I think when they put out another art book or they really talk about it, or if you play that game and you do a lot of side quests and talk to the town and stuff like that, I think they want you to find that lore, do your adventuring. That I think that's what Nintendo and the new one the team would love prefer you to do and
I
everything. But
mean,
like outright
sh-
telling you, I don't think they're I don't think it's on their mind.
sure, but they put out Hyrule Historia, which was like about the Zelda lore, and then they just kind of like scrapped it for the next like 3 games. So, like, I don't know, man. Zelda's Nintendo's weird. It's fine. I just I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's all fine as long as Zelda is quality. I feel like it's fine. I mean, I know a lot of people are. I mean, everybody. I think most people know that David is like came from Zelda Dungeon, which is like it's obviously a whole site dedicated to Zelda. So
Yeah.
you know,
I, to, and to be fair, to answer this question, I think they need to be more careful. But you
uh,
ready for the next question, Corey?
yeah, I'm trying to find it here. Matt Sawinski, is that how you say that?
Yeah.
Via
So,
Twitter.
oh, did you want to ask it? You can.
I was going to.
Oh, go
Via
ahead.
Twitter asks if you could make a Mario spin-off game in a genre that hasn't been yet done yet, what would you want to see? Visual novel, cooking game, dating sim?
Okay. So shout out to Matt Sawinski. He's one of the co-hosts of the PlayStation Drive. So for Carpool Gaming with Court. So shout out to them. They're doing some great stuff over there. Um I told them I have a lot of answers for this, but I'm gonna keep it down to
Jeez.
two games. So I would love to see them do a vertical shoot 'em up in Mario. Reason being is because in Mario Luigi Inside Bowser's Inside story, there's points where you move throughout the Bowser's body and you're in spaceships, and it's like a shoot 'em up game. Um, and you're playing as Mario and Luigi and stuff, and it's so good and it's so fun. And even though it's kind of almost like a mini game and stuff, they treat it like it's a level in the game. And so when I seen that, when I played it, I was just like, I would love like a 8 level small game where you find King Bowser and the Koopa kids and the Bowser kids. I'm gonna say Koopa kids. Um, you fight all 7 of them, and the thing about it is you fight them in their own ships from Mario 3,
Mm, like their
or
airships.
yeah, wasn't it in New Super Mario Brothers? Didn't they come back for one of the new games?
I think so. I think they came back for like the console ones, the new Super Mario
Okay.
Brothers, because I think they were in. I don't know. They were in one of them. I can't remember. My brain's broken. It's 12:30.
Yeah, but if it was like, even if it was in the graphics of New Super Mario Brothers, but it was their Super Mario Brothers 3 kind of ships and stuff, I would love that. And just do it for like 8 levels and everything. And you can do 2 to 4 player co-op if you want to. My next one, or my final one, I'm gonna get groans for this. So just hear me out. A Fortnite style game where you hit people with vegetables from Mario Brothers 2. So you
It's
have
called
to get
Mario
them from the
Party.
ground. The Mario Party. No, you have 100 Marios or princesses or characters from the universe, and in order to defeat your opponent, you have to grab the vegetables out the ground and throw 'em, and everything. And the thing about it is, you only can once you throw 'em, of course that would be easy and everything, but you have to build up, your skills and stuff to have a better shot of throwing it. So if you like want to lock on or something like that, you got to find like a power up and everything. But you have to go through levels, kind of in like, not third party, but I guess like the Sonic games that we talked about on Wii, where you're like going in that kind of viewpoint and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't think of it and stuff. But like, I think like a Fortnite style kind of battle royale Mario Brothers, using the vegetables from Mario Brothers 2 as your ammo. So
That's
there's
funny.
no guns, no stars, or anything like that. You literally just gotta probably go through different warp pipes and stuff, and go through levels to get your ammunition of a vegetable.
Mm-hmm. Um,
Or I should say, like Super Mario Sunshine, when you get your um, water machine taken away, you have to play everything in 3D.
yeah, those are the best parts of Sunshine. All right, so I want to do some sort of life sim slash action RPG, and I'm going to give you an example, Ed, and see if you agree or not. Something like Dark Cloud, where you have to
Ooh.
like you go into these, I think you could go into like traditional style Mario levels, and like
Mm-hmm.
you go in and like collect things like coins and objects, and even like power-ups and stuff. And once you beat the level, you go back to it almost like an Animal Crossing style setting,
And you build your
and
town
you build up
or
the
build a
mushroom
kingdom.
you build up the mushroom kingdom, like the cat, like you can upgrade the castle, you can
Mm-hmm.
expand the castle, you can build little toad houses, or even like a house for Mario and Luigi and the rest of the characters. When you go into boss dungeons, or whatever you want to call them, boss levels, like you get special materials that you can like add, if you can add to your farm, or you know make some sort of defense mechanics to your game, if maybe there's like a tower defense mechanic to it or something. uh and so that's what I think you could do. Like, obviously you could like farm to get vegetables and fire flowers, and those types of power ups. You can upgrade your quote unquote closet to have like the different suits, like a Tanuki suit, or the penguin suit, or like even the boot for Mario 3, right? Like you can get all that kind of
Mm-hmm.
stuff. I think that would be like a really neat addition to a Mario game. I mean, the levels would be small, and probably this seems like it would aim at more of like a casual audience, like an Animal Crossing type audience, because they're not going to
Yeah.
go the hardcore route like Dark Cloud was. But like
Oh
you
no.
could do something similar to that, and I think it would be really cool. It'd almost be like a mix between Mario 3D World and Animal Crossing, uh with like a hint of like, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't really want a tower defense thing in there because I don't like it when my stuff gets messed up. But that would be an interesting mechanic too, of like, prepare your defenses. There's enemies coming. So that's my pick.
Yeah.
So
All right.
all right, last question, Edward.
But this.
What?
Oh, go ahead.
Stephanie Klimov via Discord writes in and asks if each of Nintendo's main IP were to be an ice cream flavor, what would they be? I'll let you go first because I only eat like 2 or 3 flavors of ice cream. So,
Okay. So I think Mario Kart and Mario Party would be like
Rocky Road.
sherbet.
Ha, ha. Mario Kart drives on the road. Rocky Road. Ha, ha.
Well, I can see that actually.
I'm just kidding. I only made it for the pun. So,
I think Metroid would probably be like some kind of dark chocolate or um something like that. That's like a dark flavor, a little bit bitter. Uh, Fire Emblem, I think would be like. I think Fire Emblem would probably no Animal Crossing would be like strawberry. I think. I think Fire Emblem would be like a caramel flavor. I feel like. Um, let's see. Mario. Let's see. The Legend of Zelda would be like chocolate mint. Um,
Ew.
in a sense,
You picked the worst flavor for
because
the
of.
best IP.
I mean, well, I think because of with you being so much outside in the world and everything, you will probably have a mint smell somewhere and everything. And there's not other flavors that's like speak outdoors or anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think Splatoon will probably be like a watermelon flavor in a sense, because there's like not really a water kind of thing, but I think like watermelon or some kind of melon flavor will be Splatoon. Um, Smash Brothers would probably be like Nepo Metropolitan. I think I'm missing
Neapolitan?
that. Neapolitan will probably be Smash Brothers.
Hmm.
With that, um, did Metroid, did Smash, uh, did Zelda, did Fire Emblem, did Animal Crossing. Um, what is another one that's kind of like long lasting? Like Box Boy, Box Girl would be like the black and white cookie flavor that like Haagen Dazs have. Um, let's see, did the Mario stuff. I think I would just make all the Mario stuff just that one flavor in a sense because there's just so much in that universe for it. Uh, and then a lot of the other stuff is just like one offs
Yeah.
and everything, you know. So Punch Out probably would be Punch Out would be Rocky Road to me. I feel like because I feel like that got more of a punch and stuff to it. Um, like punching that French dude in the rewind and a bagel and a croissant comes out. It was, oh goodness. Punch Out is so out of a gay as a franchise, but it is so good. Star Fox. Um, I think Star Fox probably would be. Let's see.
Hmm.
I think. Hmm. I think Star Fox would be kind of like uh hmm. I think Star Fox would be like a root beer float to me.
Oh, oh man, I I don't know. I'm not gonna do very many, I guess, because we've already been going pretty long. And
Well, Donkey Kong will definitely be banana flavor.
yeah,
That's easy.
let's. Hmm.
Or banana pudding or something like that. Ice cream.
Yeah, I would say, Mario's vanilla. It's very like it's the base. It's like the basic Nintendo experience, right? Like Mario's always
Hmm.
the. It's great. It's delicious. There's nothing too fancy flying around here, right? It's just you know Mario's vanilla, and that's okay. Vanilla is an okay flavor to like, everybody. I would say Zelda, since it's my favorite franchise, is going to be my favorite type of ice cream. Chocolate fudge brownie, um, because it's delicious, not because it has anything to do with brownies or anything. Um, Ma-
Really?
yeah. Uh, Mario Kart would be
Yep.
cookies and cream because I like it. Um, let's see. Kirby would be all of the trash that you wipe off the counter when you're done, you know.
Shay. Kirby would be bubblegum for me for a flavor.
Trash. You meant trash
What's
flavored.
the what is the cherry one?
Cherry Garcia.
I think that's it.
That's what the
It's like
Ben and Jerry's flavor is called.
yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm.
With the chocolate chips and the cherry in it and
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Yeah.
That probably would be
Uh,
Fire Emblem for me. I
let's
want to
see.
change it. I think that would be Fire Emblem for me.
Fire Emblem would be some sort of sherbet because a lot of the times it really hits the spot, like orange sherbet or rainbow sherbet. But if you try a different flavor of sherbet, it's not the same, right?
I
So
wonder if Fire Emblem actually would be like a cinnamon flavor.
I really like sherbet. I prefer sherbet over regular ice cream, to be honest with you.
I had
Um,
some rainbow sherbet yesterday from Baskin Robbins, which was good.
Donkey Kong would probably be chocolate for me. Um, let's see. I don't like any other flavors of ice cream. So, what's the worst IP besides Kirby? Hmm. Hmm.
From Nintendo?
Yeah, I got it. I got it. Ed, are you ready for this? Earthbound is mint chocolate chip. You know why?
Oh no.
You know why, Ed? And this goes for the ice cream and the IP. If you say you like it, you're lying.
I like chocolate mint. I do I eat chocolate mint
Gross.
ice
You're
cream.
lying.
No, I do.
Nope.
I actually
Established.
do.
You're lying. For the
No,
sake of
I
this
eat
argument,
it.
you're lying.
I eat let's get this argument. No, that's just you
Oh
want to
man,
be right and you're not.
I'm right. Gosh, man, Earthbound. I think
And it
the way
said main IPs. There's not many. I mean, Earthbound got 3 games, but it's like
I'm just saying. I mean, mint chocolate chip is not a main flavor of ice cream either. So, you know. Oh
it's just
man,
that you don't like it. That's your personal choice.
I
I'm
don't,
not.
and that's why I'm picking that. Gosh, dude, the way people talk about Earthbound drives me insane. There's no way this many people, dude. If this many people played Earthbound, it'd be the best selling game of all time. You guys are all liars.
I
Stop
would
it.
say Earthbound. I think Earthbound to me would be like pistachio
Also
ice cream
gross.
because I don't eat pistachios or anything. But I
Uh,
think Earthbound to me would be like pistachios and everything. Not in a disgusting flavor, everybody. In my point of view, it's just that I'm not into Earthbound like a lot of other people are. I respect it for what it is. I brought it on Wii and Wii U, but it's just something that is not my kind of cup of tea when it comes to role playing games.
Yeah.
Cool idea. But that's just like if I want to like a modern kind of RPG or a wacky one, Secret of Evermore for me.
I think Splatoon, and this is my last one because it's time. I think Splatoon would be uh, a vanilla ice cream with some sort of hot fudge and caramel sauce on top. Because
Mm.
again, that game is very basic, but it does a lot of interesting things, and also
I
the hot fudge and the caramel sauce represent the ink that they spread around the levels.
I see. I wouldn't do hot fudge or anything because I think something that they need to be cool because they're like water favorite stuff.
Mm, if you say so, sir. But that's my answer. I'm done. Let's go to bed.
All right. Well, let's quickly give our final thoughts, and then we'll head out. I will say that the little Mario ads that they've been doing for Wonder has been like really funny. I know uh there was someone wrote a story or there a tweet. They were just like King Bowser like some thick because of the elephant princess speech he puts on the bouquet. And then someone already did a meme of the single rose and then the bouquet of like what they like and stuff. So Nintendo's been really in marketing mode for this game. I'm excited to see how it does and can't really wait to play it. Corey, do you have any final thoughts?
Um, I mean, I'm kind of excited for the stuff that's coming to Switch. I just want to like I don't know. I want to play some interesting Switch games, and it looks like we're getting a lot of good ones. And I don't have anything really interesting to say. I'm just rambling now, but the games look interesting. I'm actually pretty excited for this Princess Peach game, to be honest with you. I think it looks really interesting, and uh, excited to see what that game is all about.
Yeah. Well, with that, everybody, have a great week, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time on Nintendo Pow Block. Bye, everybody. Woohoo!
Bye.
If you want to be a Patreon producer, head on over to Patreon, patreon.com/BossRushMedia, and find out which tier is right for you. Our Patreon producers at the $5 tier or higher for this month are Adriel Munger, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, and Rebecca Jewell. Thank you for your continued support.